is what I'm looking for.
What's up, man?
Hello, hello. How are you guys?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing all right. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Nice, loud and clear.
Word. Yeah, I've been doing most of these on Instagram Live, so Zoom's nice change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, where are you? That looks beautiful outside.
I'm a backyard in Texas.
Oh my gosh. Well, first and foremost, thanks for doing this. Also, we have a mutual friend, which I think is pretty cool.
What's that?
Chris Sims.
Chris Sims. That's our photographer. That's
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. Yes.
so
I
awesome.
was like thinking A&M. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
he's the man, like super talented.
yes. Chris
So
he's a good hang too.
Oh,
good.
for sure. Yeah, we've got some. We'll trade stories later. So, you guys are both in Texas?
Yeah.
Texas.
Cool. So you're from Texas, but met over SoundCloud, which I think is like the best story. How did that happen?
Yeah. yeah, we had both been like working on music for years, and we were individually putting things on our own SoundClouds.
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard some of Colin's stuff, and then just slid into his DMs, and through that learned that we were actually just living like an hour and a half from each other.
Yeah.
And so I drove to go meet him, and we just messed around, and then decided to make an album.
So, but like trading iPhone memos in between, apparently.
Yeah, like I mean, so we didn't make an album for the first year. So
Mhm.
during that time, it was literally just like, hey, look what I made today, or like, what do you think about this, or
Oh, dope.
like this song inspires me. Just like literally just being friends.
Yeah.
Which is cool, and I love like the fact even like later using the iPhone memos. That's like a very 2010s version of the Postal Service, if you know that band.
Every day, dude. Every time we're together and record songs, we record voice memos to make sure we don't forget the melody.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's super smart.
Yeah.
But hey, love the album Where the Light Is. It's like I keep saying on the radio that it's just like the best mood, like when we play in Sunday Best, and I think that's so important right now. But
Yeah.
even the whole album, is that just like what happens when you record in a cabin?
Yeah, man. Well, I'd say we recorded one or two songs off that album in Forrest's houseboat in Seattle, and then we finished the majority of the album in my house, or my college house in
Mhm.
Texas. So, but yeah, it was all recorded in bedroom closets and pretty organic, I'd say, and yeah, came out really well.
Yeah, like Sunday Best was like produced, written, recorded in a like when I say college house, I'm talking like the wood floor is like like there's like four couches in the living room and a projector, like that vibe. Like
I think I lived in that house.
yes.
But I think like it's cool now. Like, I mean, okay, it's not cool, but the situation that we're in is so tough. But I think it's forcing people to work like that. I mean, like, so I'm in my closet right now, like straight up. This is my
I
actual
love
closet.
the decor, man. It's so sick. The fact
But
that you put golden thing, it's so
oh
funny.
yeah, this is my little my Walmart flair.
It's so funny.
But like, I mean, this is the mic that I'm using like for radio in my closet. Like, what advice could you give some people who are kind of like, maybe I'll get into music, or maybe I'll finally like record some stuff?
I would say if you really deep down want to do it, not just like this could be cool, but like there's something deep inside of you that you feel like you need to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to invest. Like don't be afraid to spend the $400 or something, or the like go like get a job and like make the money, or go like I don't know, GoFundMe or something. But
Yeah.
I think that was one of the biggest barriers to entry, was just being like, oh, I need to get a microphone and a keyboard and a laptop and speakers and headphones. Like you have to have those things, and jumping over that hump is really scary.
It was so scary.
Yeah. And then also like, just don't worry what people say, because your first year, more than your first couple years.
3 years, people are just gonna hate on you. They're
Yeah.
gonna think like you're like this dude, like, oh, he thinks he's the music guy, and you're just like, oh,
Yeah. How's your little music thing going?
how's your little music thing going? Maybe, yeah, like you got to get a degree. It's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah. When are you gonna get a real job?
When you get a real job.
Yeah, maybe that's what people can use their stimulus checks on, and get a little bit of music equipment.
Honestly, that would not be a bad take.
Yeah, if you don't have like if you don't have bills that are in need of being paid, then for sure.
Yeah, some financial advice with surfaces today.
Hey, bedroom mics are the New Year's of the world, man.
I agree with that. So I want to talk about the album cover a little bit. Like, I know you guys like wrote, or at least I read you guys wrote in a cabin. Is that kitchen that's on the cover? Is that like the view from the cabin, or what is that?
So
Whose
that
kitchen?
it was so funny story. I don't really tell this story a lot. So before we had recorded even our first song on Where the Light Is, I was sitting in Forrest's kitchen because like Forrest's houseboat had like living quarters and studio, and then it had kitchen and like dining room upstairs. And I was sitting like at his breakfast table in his kitchen, and like the sun always hits through his window in the kitchen. And I was like, man, it would be so sick to have a cover art that's just like a kitchen. And then like probably sat around on it for like 2 or 3 days and just like put some color in it. And I remember like asking Forrest, I was like, dude, how should I color this? Because like had all like the design there, but like was so afraid to color it. And then over
Mhm.
a couple days, like we had that cover art, and then the cover art was done, and then it was just like, man, we should really make an album. And it's funny because we've usually made cover arts before we make the songs to the album, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah. Also, like I was wondering why the water was so close, but a houseboat makes so much sense.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is, I'm trying to find a picture of the kitchen. That's like a view from inside the
oh,
boat.
word.
Yeah.
So like the water's right there.
That's sick. You know what
That's
you guys should do is you should do like a black and white version of the album art, since you were saying that like you weren't sure how to color it, and let your fans like color it in like a coloring book.
Well,
literally that's
not
coming.
to spoil
But
anything, but that might be coming soon.
Let's see. I knew
Yeah,
we're on the same page. We're on the same page,
we're in the works to do that. It's something we've been trying to do for a while, and we're really excited to hopefully have fans get those very soon.
which is awesome. So, Colin, you do all the art, right?
For the most part, yeah.
yeah,
And like, what's the importance, or like, I mean, the fact that you take the time to do art for like every cover is so cool. Like, why is it so important that you do that?
Me and Forrest like to, when we make songs, we like to pretend like that song is like a scene in our universe that we're making. Like, not to sound cheesy, but like we want people to go and live in that moment of the song. So every time me and Forrest like make a song, we always thought it was important to visualize the environment where that song would fit. And so it's like people not only can hear it sonically, but they can visit it visually. And that's kind of where that
yeah.
concept
And
comes
one
from.
of our main, I mean, we don't have like a list of mission statements, but like if we did, one of our first mission statements was that we wanted each song to be its own entity and like take us out of it. It's not like, hey, here's our face and then here's our
Right.
song to market us. It's like, hey, here's the song and here we're using this picture to create that palette, and it takes us out of the picture.
Yeah.
And I think that actually ended up working well because then like the fans, well, our goal was that the fans would connect like that, but we didn't know that it would
and,
work that way.
and that's not like a testament to like shame anyone, because like we get like I love artists that like their faces are on the cover, and like I'm not
Hmm.
judging them, like to each their own, but like for our like mission that Forrest is talking about, especially, we just wanted it to be about the environment that we're creating and not idolizing ourselves.
That's so humble and like awesome, and the best answer.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good way for fans to like go back and kind of like, if you're on the iHeartRadio app, of course, and you're looking at the songs come up, you're like, okay, now I understand like why they chose these colors and what this image is. And I like that setting the scene is important to you guys. So like in the Sunday Best music video, just that like party atmosphere is something that we imagine is so like gray and fluorescent. I have to ask, like, did you guys ever have corporate like desk jobs? Is that where that
Yeah,
music video came from?
that's where it was kind of ironic, because like, dude, I've had internships where like I've had 3 internships where I'm in a cubicle.
Ugh.
Oh man, gloomy days.
I yeah before I actually quit a job that I worked for a year out of college. I did an internship as well, but it was like a tuck your shirt in, sit at a computer type thing. And meanwhile, I was like working on this music, so it definitely like
I think Forrest quitting his job definitely started like a chapter for like us both, where it was like, man, like we might take this seriously, because like we need to like, you have to be in or out. Like
Right.
at one point,
Yes.
I feel like the tipping point in every artist's life is where it's like, it's that, that son or daughter that moves out to LA to be an actor or an actress, and they're waiting tables, and they're like, their parents think they're like, what are you doing? Like, you have a degree, but you're like waiting tables and you're trying to become, it's like, you have to learn to fly. Like you have to jump off that cliff. You gotta know what's what. And I feel like that was the tipping point for sure.
Yeah, you can, and you can see that in the music video too, where you're just like trying to show people that there's like kind of a light at the end of the tunnel, or it doesn't have to be so clock in, clock out every day. And I think what I love about you guys, and I've, since starting to play Sunday Best on the radio, have grown to be such a big fan of y'all's. I love how optimistic and like positive you are, especially in a time now where we're playing like a lot of bummer music, and it's nice to hear something that's just like happy. So I don't know if you're familiar with I'm going to say this wrong probably, but Dr. Deepika Chopra. She is an optimism doctor, and she's got these cards that I got called Things Are Looking Up. So they're literally like daily optimism cards, and I haven't done mine for today yet, so I thought we could all do them together.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right. So the idea is you pull a card every day, and they all have like different kinds of artwork on them that show like scientifically like stuff that's going to make you happy. So can you guys just like pick one you can see? There's like the dot. This one?
Yeah.
Okay, let's pull this one.
Just calling me.
Okay, it says, give a positive shout out to someone right now. Call, text, email, write a letter, or express in person your appreciation or gratitude towards someone you're thankful for. Silent gratitude is great, but loud gratitude is even better.
Love that. That's so good.
So who's your shout out for today? Your positive shout out.
I'm going to text my mom because
I was just about to go from
I haven't really connected with her in a minute, and yeah, I think that she would appreciate that.
Yeah, I think I think sometimes my mom and I butt heads because we're like the same person. So like we can tell when like each other is in like an emotional funk where it's like I don't want to talk that much today, or like I'm like feel kind of bothered by everyone, so I don't want to talk to her much. And I feel like knowing that like genetically you're the same person, you butt heads a lot, but like at the end of the day, like you love each other the most. So it's like,
dude, Colin, I'm exactly on the same page as you. I butt heads with my mom all the time like that. Okay, so we're all mama's boys. That's good. I think mine would be shouting you guys out. I know that you're having to do all these interviews, and it's tough to just like be on your phones and computers all day with the situation that we're in, but it means a lot. So just to close, like what's next for you guys? What's next for Surfaces?
Just gonna keep making music and trying to be the best that we can be. I feel like we've been given an opportunity. I mean, even like months ago, we were looking at each other like we've been given a huge opportunity, and now it's like monumental.
Yeah, now it's like way past that.
Yeah, we know that like fans are hearing what we're saying and that it is like healing for people. And so not that we're ever going to like put ourselves in a box, but I guess it would just be to because like I guess music is a language, and if you have a great message but you package it poorly, then people don't really like hear it. It just sounds like man. So I guess working on our craft to better communicate the message that we have. That's probably the goal.
Never kind of veer away from it in the total opposite direction.
Yeah. Nice. Well, Colin, Forrest, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Where the Light Is, it's out now. Everybody go listen to that. Listen to Sunday Best on G105. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Alex.
Peace.
See ya.